It is what is busy bits time. I'm back with another video here today, and today I'm actually going to be starting a new series on my YouTube channel. Now I uploaded the first episode of this new series yesterday. It's going to be called Maintaining Composure, and if you guys are as OGs in the Call of Duty scene as I am, or you've been, I guess not OG, but you've been watching it for as long as I have, back in Call of Duty Ghosts, Clayster had a series where he would upload team scrims and they'd be called Maintaining Composure, and it was basically when they were down or it was a close game and they stayed calm, they had good comms, and they were able to pull out the map on top. I always kind of like this concept because it's really cool hearing how teams communicate when the game's on the line, how players step up when the game is on the line, and seeing how people are able to close it out. But if you guys play competitive Call of Duty, you understand that sometimes the maps don't always go your way. So the whole point of this series, I guess, isn't to show, hey, we won so many clutch games. It's to show you different situations that happen in maps, and kind of just go through the entire map. I'm going to be breaking down different types of scenarios and what happened here, what happened there, stuff like that, and explain why we either won or why we lost the map. I think Maintaining Composure is a good name for it because you'll be able to hear the comms and I'll be able to kind of say, hey, we should have done this instead. But you know, losing a map doesn't always mean that you necessarily played it the wrong way, or you did everything wrong. It could be as simple as you let someone get past you, you didn't pick up a certain lane, maybe you lost a 1v1 gunfight, maybe your comms were perfect and you were doing everything right and you just lost a gunfight, and that happens. So I kind of want to break down what happens towards the end of these respawn games and just kind of explain and elaborate a little bit more on respawn in Call of Duty. There's a lot of people that understand how to play search, and especially with 4v4 COD coming back, it's a whole different game than 5v5 and 4v4 boots especially. A little bit of an advanced movement. It's not like World War II. I feel like this is, as far as respawn, one of the better Call of Duties that we've had. So the first episode was just raw gameplay. In this one, I'm going to be showing you a Garrison hardpoint where we actually were down by a lot, came back, and lost by about 6 points. And I'm going to go through and explain kind of what went wrong towards the end, why we were able to start building the comeback, and what we can do next time to improve upon it. So without further ado, let's hop into the map. Alright guys, so we're going to be hopping into this map here. Garrison is probably, so far, I would say, we've had the most close games on Garrison, but I think it's probably our worst map. I'd say Moscow's probably our best because we have a little bit more AR dominant. I have to run the second sub on this map. I'm getting better with it, but we still need to execute a little bit better. Alright, so let's hop into this game right here. Now, off the rip, I like to kind of play this B-Dom area, and I messed up right here really bad. I pushed her side. We had someone server. Sean did a good job there. But he did what he was supposed to do. After Brian and Caleb died on the right side, I should have just backed up so we didn't lose spawns. But I mean, regardless, the way that we kind of play hardpoint is we like to kind of keep it scrappy. We're good at like getting those rotations in the hill and stuff, but we like to make it scrappy if we don't have a whole lot of map control. But this was a really good play here by me and Sean. So we had hill control. We weren't really sure they were spawning because we kind of had the map split. And so we just crossed into server, got server control. I see him top floating, able to pick up that kill. And I have the Krieg in my back pocket. I was able to pick it up off the ground. Obviously, we're here first, but I know I'm going to be in a gunfight. So I'm able to pick up one there. And then another one jumped up on me. Basically, I was just kind of going off here, holding time. And as you see, we're in the back right now. And I'm calling out everyone to, back up, make sure we hold that. But now we have a really good setup. I mean, this theoretically, I don't know if we ended up dying off this, but theoretically with this setup, we shouldn't really be losing any time here. Brian died, he spawned out, so I'm looking at server, and I don't know if you guys heard me say it, but I said I'm staring at it until you get there. Make sure we didn't get flanked from bridge. But we got peace there, unfortunately. 18 seconds, we just got to rotate here. Okay, so this is really important. So, see, there's 10 seconds left if you want to follow my cursor on the left side. There's 10 seconds left on the hill. So, I think that is... Wait, who died there? Brian died there. Okay, so that's Sean and Caleb are in the back over there. But the way spawns and hardpoint work is, let's say you have 3 people in the back over here, right? But these guys that are old, they're all pushed out and have control of this side. and I die and there's no one on this side of the map while this hill is popped, I will still spawn back here. So this is a play that I really shouldn't have made, because, I mean, theoretically it's good positioning trying to get the cuts, but also if I lose a gunfight or I get double chowed, they're going to have to stay alive for a while. So I mean, the best thing to do here is just try to stay alive or push back with them, but at the end of the day, I was trying to get map cuts, and as you see what happens, I get shot on the side because he was under floating, and then they're in the back, and then they're just able to flood because they're getting spawns there. And see, we spawned at old. They're going to have back and initial hill control. So we went from rotating at 20, right side, to completely losing rotation because we died while that hill was popped. And those are some of the most important kills on the map. Obviously, you want to get kills in the hard point. You want to slay around. You want to get spawns in the back. But the most important kills on the map, or one of the most important kills on the map, is that last 10 to 15 seconds in the hill, because that influences the spawn for next, especially when it's a hill across the map and one that's difficult to break. As you see here, just trying to make it scrappy. I'm able to butter one up, stuck him, got a 2-piece. That was big. Lucky little stick there, but we should have back control now. And I see there's 20 seconds left. Missed out on a little bit of hill time, but the next hill is right under floating, where you see Sean at on top of that tank. So this isn't a bad spawn to have if we can get ARs in a position. You know, obviously we still have control of the back, so we're still going to be spawning back here. They have early control at New Hill. So since they have control of this hill and they're holding crosses, I'm smoking this off so we can get up in positions. Ideally, and this is something we talked about after, we can't have 4 people pushing this, right? Because if we have 4 people pushing this, they're going to get bridge control, and then when we go to rotate to next hill, because you got to think a couple hills ahead. You can't just think about one hill. But when we go to the next hill, they're going to have complete control of this left side over here, top bridge and server, and we're just going to get pinned back here. So it's almost more important in this situation to think past the hill, get map control, and then get time because of it. So let's see what we do here. I smoke off the cross. Brian there. We actually spawned out server, so that's big. Brian smoked that kid. But we still have a pinch set up. We still have someone alive in server. And yeah, so Sean died, so that's not ideal for us. I come in here, don't get the trade. I got shit on. Yeah, that's tough. That's just not ideal at all. So as you see, there's 30 seconds on the hill. We haven't even touched it. I mean, we've done a good job throughout the rest of the game, so we still have a lead built up, but we haven't even touched it. This is a big kill on server, just focusing on map control, but they're pushed up. We need to win one of those gunfights. We're spawning out server, fortunately. Against a really good team, they're going to have that blocked, so we're not going to be able to do that. See, they're on new. Caleb server, he won that gunfight, but it doesn't matter because he was already up in server. We spawn in the back here. So you see what I mean now? So they're obviously pushed up because we had server control, which is good. Server control is good, but since we didn't have bridge or plat control, we're spawning all the way back right, which is like the farthest point from the map away that you could spawn from this next hill. So that's a big thing. And I just end up playing this kill. Try to get a smoke down. But when they spawn in the back there, you can just post up on the tanks and stuff. This is a really scrappy hill if you can get like some smokes on it and whatnot. Right here, so I kill Exodus, and what that means is there's no one in lights, and Brian gets a nade in hill. So probably what they have is they have someone who's playing Cobble, and then they might have someone who's running up to server right now. And so that kill lights and that nade allows for, I think it's either Sean or Caleb to spawn in that back left. So basically right now, this is a parallel spawn, and what that means is they're spawning basically there, but they're spawning on the other side of the minimap. So they're spawning over back Cobble, P2, and we're spawning back lights, essentially. So right now, it's just kind of a race for map control. 43 seconds left on the hill. You don't really need to focus on rotations yet, but bridge control, server control, and mid-map control are just so vital for every hill on this map, other than maybe P3. See, I run into lights here. One person's in the smoke. Just going to jump in to get hill time, but they're all in the back. I took this gunfight. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. He got smoked, though. And as you see, we're still... So that player just spawned up right there. So that means that we know that they're all going to be spawning back here. I think I made a bonehead play, and it actually kind of worked here. Yeah, I should not have peeked that at all, but he got smoked. And since they're spawning there, they're just able to flood through cobble. So we end up picking up scrap time. And honestly, we rotated really bad, and we were still able to do pretty well to contest and just not go down by a whole lot. Obviously, we're down by like 10 right now. We're going to be down by about 15 going in the next set of rotations. But for how everything panned out, that's a pretty decent score differential. And this is a big thing right here. Okay, so let me point this out. This is like tips of what you don't want to do. So we have one vent, we have one plat caution watching flank, and we have one stairs on bridge. Now we're stacking the hill, which gives us, you know, hill time and whatnot. But the ideal thing to do would be this person bridge needs to go across and get server control. This guy can just kind of like play bridge there, or I can play bridge there, and we have someone getting time and someone back plat caution or pushed up on B down. The thing that sucks about this setup, obviously, is you would think we have hill control, but they can still run right down mid-map. And that's the nice thing about having someone server and someone bridge. You can kind of jiggle those angles and stuff and watch the cross. So as you see here, everyone's turning around. We don't have any server control. We don't have any mid control. Getting shot from lights. I got sprayed through smoke. A little bit unlucky. But as you see, we're still spawning out, and we have no map control at all. Zero map control. Okay, I want to point this out real quick. So that entire hill, they didn't get a whole lot of hill time, but they had someone server, they had someone bridge, and they had someone basically in the back just holding that spawn. That's basically unbreakable unless we all win our 1v1 gunfights, and they're set up so great for P2. So let me kind of walk you guys through what happens here. They have one bridge. We get that kill, which is great. That opens up bridge across the server. I get scrap time here, but look at this. So they have one person right there holding the bridge cross and mid, so we can't push through and flank. And then they have another person right in front. He's pushing towards cobble. I think I end up seeing him. Yeah, well, one was all the way in the back, and one was cobble pushing up. So basically, we're not going to get a back spawn, and they have mid push. So what that means is that we literally can't do anything but push out of green. We can try to flank, but we're going to have to win a one-on-one, and we don't know where he's hiding at. Caleb gets a two-piece. We're able to break through the front. That's the nice thing about this team. We can just win our one-on-ones. I don't know how I lost that one. I was not happy. Whew. Two-shotted, baby. It's online COD, though. It happens. I mean, at this point of the hill, you almost have to chalk it. But the problem is, like I said, if they're not in the back anymore, and they push up, and we die here, we spawn out. So it leaves us in a sticky situation where you almost just have to push hill. Get one server. Trying to go big in the hill here. Caleb gets one on flank. Another one back there, but that probably means Caleb's going to spawn back there. Yeah. So we got 20 seconds for free, basically, which isn't bad, but we don't have spawns for new. So we have to play another breaking game, pretty much. And I just want to show you how difficult this is to break. So we got scrap time. We have someone on new pushing the back. Caleb, that's Caleb. He gets one, right? We have 2 kills there. We have 3 kills, okay? We have 3 kills, but the problem is we're spawning so far out, and I'm not able to push up and get in a good enough position that everyone we killed there is spawning back there. And you're going to see what that means. This is a really bad challenge on my end. I should just wait for my teammates. Ticket booth, too many places to look. They have hill control, they have spawn control, and we're having to try to break from the front. Fortunately, we're really good at getting the last 20-25 seconds playing scrap time and making it scrappy enough where they can't get like easy hill time off the rip. But that's the thing. If you're able to rotate, you're able to pick up a lot of easy hill control. Another way I'm going to do this series, by the way, is I'm going to just let the last 2-3 minutes where it's really close play out, and then I'm going to go back and break it down. So yeah, they're rushing the hill. I'm able to pick up 1, picked up a gun in my back pocket, got 2. If we're able to trade that, 8 seconds. But see, look, we're pinned back here again, right? So we have a couple people up by the 4th hard point. Once in server, Caleb could go big there. If he just stays alive, that's big. I'm going to get on top of this floating tank, see if we can get more map control. Caution. Got that one. Trying to play the kill on the hard point. Nice. Right now, it's basically just a fight for mid-map control, but you see we're throwing smokes down and we're keeping contested. We're getting in the hill. We don't have the favorable spawns or map control, but we're still holding strong. Just because we're like none of us really care about stats, and we're willing to just play scrappy as hell. There's 3. But see what I mean? Like, I'm able to get 3, right? But none of us are pushed up far enough, so those 3 kills it keeps them off the hard point, right? Which is good. They're not getting time, but they're not that important of kills because they're just going to be able to get back to bridge, server, lights. They're going to be able to get back to those power positions. So a bigger 3-piece would be if I would have taken my time, wrapped all the way around, killed 3 in the back, stayed alive back there, we get spawns. But like I said, I'm able to keep them off the hill for a little bit, and we get to the hard point at about the same time. We just don't have map control. So it's not a terrible situation, but it's not as good as it possibly could be. I don't know how I didn't die here. I don't know how the hell I didn't die here. Okay, so I'm gonna break down this part. The game ended on the 3rd hill, I think. So after this, when it rotates to P1, I'm just gonna let it play out from that point on. But let me point this out real quick. So we're down by 13, which, like I said, not bad at all. 24 seconds and we have hill control. So look at our map positioning right here. 1 person in hill, 1 person push up cobble, 1 side cobble, and I'm in lights. So not a whole lot of map control, but we're so smushed around the hill where we're going to be able to keep it scrappy, which on this hill is kind of nice. So I'm right here. 1's back tank. I see him. I try to play my life, jiggle him out. I challenge this. Able to pick up this kill, right? But see, he spawned back there, okay? And that's important. That's very important. So let me point it out when he spawns. So he spawned back there, and that means they're going to still be spawning in the back. So they have that side of the map control, and we have this side. So basically, P1 is just going to be a battle for this, but I'm going to let the rest of this play out. And hill Exodus. And new Swifty. Swifty jumped out, beat him. Yep, you see him tank. Nice.
One's P2.
Trying to smoke out your lights. Lights are smoked. Yep.
One server just ran.
Oh my god. Lights,
One more server.
Yeah. Okay, there's gonna be server, hill, and probably lights.
Sweet.
Never push bridge. Oh, another one server.
I'm 1 shot. He just sprayed me through smoke. Nice, good shots. Start going bridge here.
Stun.
He's beat on. I'm a bullet, dude. Yep, he pushed off from lights. Nice. Yo, I spawned in the back. Alright, we don't have a whole lot of time left. We gotta have a really good hold here. Yo, whoever's here, watch mid flank.
Push out server.
Behind me, Cobble, watch mid flank. I'm stunned, I'm full stun. I'm watching it.
Spawned out. Spawned towards server.
Get in the server.
One's outer.
Yeah, go big.
I'm getting shot from cobble as well. Bad. More cobble.
We are pulling ahead.
He's outer. Nice.
More outer.
One outer, one cobble. Nading outer.
One cobble as well.
Slid in from outer. Nice.
Server.
Hardpoint contested. We've lost
Yo, that's fine. Rotate. I'm holding server.
I'm getting
Caution.
Big.
auto
Tough. No, man. Bridge.
hardpoint located. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Yeah, he's either.
Bridge.
Secure.
Yep, nice.
Bridge. Caution.
Point heady.
Survival.
Okay, so let me break down the scenario a little bit. I'm not going to pause it here, but 20 seconds left. We're all just stacked hill right now. But listen to our comms real quick. Yo, I spawned in the back. Alright, we don't have a whole lot of time left. We got to have a really good hold here. Yo, whoever's here, watch mid flank.
Push out server.
Behind me, Cobble, watch mid flank. I'm stunned. One thing real quick. So I play a lot like the IGL. I'm kind of calling out, rotate, we need to do this, we need to do that. So when I actually really like doing these episodes because it kind of tells me what I need to do a better job of. But you heard that. But whoever's behind me, watch Cobble. I know that Slate has server. I know that whoever else was up there, which it looks like it was Sean, has hill control. And so I know that, hey, I'm going to push up. I'm going to just roam there. I'm going to be in hill, maybe back up Cobble, help out. I'm like, okay, whoever's last off spawn's got to pick up flank. So Brian does the job. He gets one, and he gets traded out. So I have to turn around here. We're down by 15, which still very possible. Brian says I spawn out. So what I need to be saying as the IGL is, okay, there might be one server, but whoever's in hill needs to turn around because they're going to be Cobble and Alley. Because, I mean, Brian can pick up server in about 4 or 5 seconds, so he just needs to watch it for a little bit so we don't get shot in the back. And as soon as Brian gets up there, Sean should already be looking back here, but I need to tell him that. And then as soon as Brian gets up here, Caleb needs to sprint into hill or he needs to hold an angle here. So this is how this played out. So Slate's still holding server. Brian jumped up.
One's outer.
Yep, go big. Sean's watching Alley and Cobble.
Getting shot from Cobble as well.
Getting shot from everywhere. Brian with the team kill, that's not helpful. So I'm basically in a 1v2 here. I just got to buy time for my teammates. One in, just staying alive. Basically just not taking any unnecessary gunfights. Just jiggling out shots, trying to figure out where they're at. Just staying alive. Slid in. Brian went big there. And we know at this point, I kind of just wanted him to die.
That's fine. Rotate.
Yep, rotate. Okay, so this is very important. So we have 2 people back there, which are Brian and Sean. So this is actually really ideal, but I think we got unlucky at the end because Sean told me he ain't auto-mantled. So Sean and Brian are back here. I'm here. So what I know is that they wanted to hit hill because they didn't want us to get this extra time. I know there's going to be people left and people middle. Wherever Caleb spawns is going to be a very big determination of what happens. So I'm thinking, okay, there's at least minimum 2 at old. One's going to hit server. I'm going to kill him if we have this side control and I'm pushed up. That's the big thing. Because if no one's in the back on their side, I'm up here on this side mid, and we have people in the back, they're going to spawn Cobble. So I know any kills I get here, as long as these 2 teammates stay alive back here and Caleb doesn't get a shit spawn over there, that they're going to spawn in the back. I think Caleb got a shit spawn, though. Yep, so Caleb gets that shit spawn. So as soon as Caleb gets that shit spawn, I should wrap back. But look, 2-pieced. And that's because Sean auto-mantled and Brian got shot in the back. So that's a thing where we need to rotate to caution instead of rotating over here. But so I get one, drop down, try to rotate back, get shot from bridge, and the rest is history. But I mean, at the end of the day, we were down by about. I mean, we were down by a whole lot. It was a close game, and I really just went on those last 3 minutes. I want you to just continue to listen to comms. It was never like frantic. I mean, sometimes I talk pretty fast in game, but that's just because I'm trying to IGL and like talk us through situations. But it never got frantic. We were never like losing full. We were basically just like, hey, watch this. I got this. One's here. Pick it up. Okay, nice. Good job. You died. Oh, all good. Watch this off spawn. And that's the biggest thing. Obviously, the map didn't go our way. This is literally our like 2nd day playing Scrim, so it's not that big of a deal. But let me know what you guys think about doing a format like this. If you guys just want to see raw gameplay, let me know. But if you kind of like when I go through different episodes and break it down and whatnot, then that's also nice. I'm going to put a timestamp in the description for all these videos also. I probably should have put this in the beginning, but I'm going to put a timestamp for the last 3 minutes and then timestamps for like different breakdowns and stuff. So yeah, once again, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please be sure to let me know. Let me know what you prefer. Probably gonna have uploads like this a few times a week, maybe 3-4 times a week. We're playing scrims a lot, and I'm getting like 3 or 4 games a day that I could upload just from individual performances or great team performances or maps like this. That I mean, we won a lot of maps today. I could have picked a lot of different maps to upload, but I decided to do a map that we didn't win, and I'm gonna break down why we didn't win and what we could do different. It could maybe help some of you guys out in your games. I don't know for sure, but let me know. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And this has been your boy Ty9. Deuces.